Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. You there? Is that you in the back, Natasha?
You hear us now?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Are we all good?
I think so. Are we going live here?
So you can hear us, yeah?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Excellent. How are you doing?
Good to go.
Great. All right. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning, class. Right, what's oh fuck, I can't see now. I haven't got my glasses on. Is that Dominique who just came in?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Right, Dominique, build the container. Let's start with the check-in.
I'm checking in hot, good, heavy workload, but I'm feeling good, happy to be here. And we're going to continue doing we're going to do the modules together on the big screen after class, and we're going to walk through it as a team so to get more understanding of the module together.
Great. Okay, and I've just put together a more condensed platform, which is going to make it easier for everyone as well. So you just sit there, you watch a 3-minute video, 4 minutes at the most, and then you discuss it amongst yourselves. And as long as you keep a log of that, and you can all put your hands up and say, yep, I was there, we'll be more than happy with that as part of your hours and everything. So a lot of people are struggling with the technology and going through all the tick box side of things. So if the technology's not working, instead of trying to force people in a box for the technology, you must rather change the technology to work for the people. So I'm all for that.
We're more
Excellent.
practical learners over this side, so we're going to do the practical side together.
Great. Okay. Did you say a lot of complainers?
No, not complainers. People learn at different levels, and it's more doing is more learning for them at the moment.
Great. So the challenge in the and I know we haven't built the container yet, but the challenge is the bureaucracy comes around and puts in systems in place where the people with the lived experience really struggle with the bureaucracy. So then you get all the people that can do the bureaucracy, and then that kills the spirit of the lived experience and the learning. So the bureaucracy needs to move, yep, in a way that is supportive. So great.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page. Yep, good. All right. So David checking in. Fuck, I missed you guys. I'm so in love with you all. It's like last Thursday, it's like, oh, I wonder how they're doing on their training. It was naloxone training, yeah? Yep. was just wondering how's it going and what you're doing, and yeah. Okay, who's going to go next?
Yeah, I'm Megan, and I'm checking in as on top of the world, having a really good time, and happy to be here today.
Checking out time and Natasha. I'm Natasha and I'm checking in good and happy to be here. I'm feeling really good today, yeah. Hola, hi. I was not saying Jill.
I'm Jill and I'm checking in great, in good form, loving the sunshine, in a positive mood. I'm tagging nobody knows each other's name. What's going on?
I'm so fucking pleased because I can't remember anyone's name either.
Paul. I was gonna say you.
I'm checking in good today. I'm enjoying the nice weather the last few days, and I'm looking forward to today. Not really much else going on with me the last week, thank God. And I'm going to tag in Gary.
Gary, yeah, I'm checking in as very good. Happy to be here, glad to be here. Yeah, very good. I'm excited. I'm going to a conference tonight, so I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, Shrimps.
Yeah, and I'm tagging in.
Morning, I mean, I had the demons in my head to make up any excuse not to be here today because of the sunshine. But I got myself here, but I'm good.
Okay, is that everyone checked in then?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the feeling in the container
Happy.
as a group? Yeah.
I think everybody's in good form.
Yeah, the weather's doing its magic.
When we first came together as a classroom, what was the feeling in the container?
I think a bit apprehensive, kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
Entering the unknown.
Entering, yeah. So there was a lot of anxiety. A lot of like, what is this? Da, da, da. People were kind of heightened and a bit guarded.
Trying to figure you out.
Yeah. Who is this fucking blow in here? Why have we got to see this guy? Yeah. What does he know about us? Yeah. Okay. So how are we doing now? What number class is this? Is this number 5? Yeah. All right. So the training is the coaching conversation, the continuums, the system, the 4Q model, and the container. Yeah. And the Dominic started to build the container today by checking in. Yeah. So what makes up the coaching conversation is checking in, contracting, and building the container. Then we ask, what's the agenda? Yeah. But before we ask the agenda, we want to know, is there any accountability from the last session? So was there any homework that you guys had that you were going to bring over?
We finished the module 1. Was that?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you done your homework?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Cool. So let's move on then. So you guys are doing well, huh?
Yeah.
How was the naloxone training?
Good, yeah.
What did you learn?
I actually done that training before as well with John.
The main thing I learned was you can't do any harm by doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I would have been worried about. So you can't harm.
You can only overdose on heroin intravenously, is something I learned. But, no, it's you can see all the time, those benefits.
Yeah, we can have those sometimes.
Yeah. Not heroin.
But you might fuck somebody's buzz up.
Yeah, so you need
that's-
to walk away and let
That's the
them.
alternative.
They
Yeah,
might go.
they're fucking nodding off there, like fucking they're and you fucking wake them up, and then they go, "What the fuck you ruined my buzz for?"
Yeah. And especially if they tried hard to get the money for it, and then you bring them back to life.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What didn't you learn?
No.
We done 4 state as well.
The what?
You've done first aid as well.
Okay. So you learned first aid as well. So let me ask the question in a different way. What is your next step on your learning path? What do you think you need to learn next?
Around
More around COVID coaching.
I don't know. I'm just asking the question. So you've got fantastic lived experience. Yeah? Is that true with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're working in an organization that values lived experience. Yeah. And now we're trying to integrate that lived experience so you have a professional role that you can take to the marketplace that is at a level 5. Is that correct, Dominic?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right. So on that path, on that journey, what do you think you need to learn next?
Well, I know we need to learn loads more, like, in how do we use our lived experience, like, and I know we said this weeks ago, but like, I have a lot of lived experiences and things I've went through in my life, but it's about like using it and going out into the community and using it like in a professional way. So there's loads to learn for me anyway.
Okay. And so if I was to reframe that, it's like, I know I've got loads to learn still. I want to learn, but I'm not sure what the next learning is going to be.
Yeah, 100%, Jack.
Yeah, okay. So one of the things I think is really important with coaching and having lived experience and being a professional is being comfortable saying, I don't know.
yeah.
Yes.
I really don't know.
You need
I've
to
no
know
idea, but let's work it out together.
what's expected of us.
Yeah, well, it's expected that you don't know. It's like, okay, well, I'm not a doctor and I'm not this and I'm not that, but let's work this out together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's just make it practical. How can I, as an outsider of your community, learn with you guys to work out what's going to be better for you and your community?
How can you learn, or how can you teach us
How can he help
How can we help?
outsider?
as an outsider?
Because you have the
Yeah,
sorry, you know, but you have all the experience, and that's why we're here for you to teach us.
Things that work for you.
So I don't have the experience. I mean, I got a little of experience working with Sankalpa, but essentially I'm an outsider.
Yeah, but you're an outsider, but you're a professional outsider at what you do. So you obviously have degrees in this, and you've done all this, so you can tell us and explain what you have learned doing this, because you're obviously facilitating these groups. So we're obviously going to get what you're the main facilitating, because you can't just facilitate a group if you don't know what you're doing.
And you're obviously like a recovery coach.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you show us how you recovery coach people, and we can take that on.
Okay. So what would you like me to show you today?
Like I don't know, but I just
I ask difficult questions, huh?
Well, so basically, if I was telling you now that I'm gonna go kill myself tomorrow or later on, what way would you give me your head around it?
Did they have a mental health?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, say that again, please. I struggled with the accent.
I'm going to come to you. You're my facilitator. I'm going to say,
Yeah.
Dave, I'm thinking about killing myself. How would you work with me on that?
Fuck. You want to kill yourself?
Yeah.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, please don't. That's a good place to start. So Are you being serious?
No, I'm playing a role.
You're playing a role. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So have you personally ever felt like killing yourself?
Never tried to harm myself ever in my life.
Okay.
No, no.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have. I've often gotten to a place where I just think, fuck it, I'm so tired. Let me rather just fucking throw the towel in and then get obsessed with the thought of like, fuck, I just can't anymore.
Yeah.
And suicide is a theme in my family. Yep. So we've had my nephew and then my father. I mean, it's a big thing for me personally.
I'm sorry, then. I just thought that's just a big factor around here, so that's what I said to you, like, you know.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, it's something that we deal with, and
Yeah.
it's one of those topics that when it gets put in the room, people want to go, "Oh fuck, let me run away from this."
Yeah.
Yep, and I don't want to do that. I
Yeah.
want to bring it into the container.
Yeah.
So what would be helpful for you guys in your community? Where is there a lot of suicide in your community?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And is that accidental suicide or deliberate?
Both.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a fuck up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. I just want to close the door. And the reason I want to close the door is I don't want my mum to hear this because it also activates her.
You
Yeah.
can change the subject if you want, if you don't want to talk about
I
it, you
think
know.
it's a very good
It is
topic.
Yeah, no, it is, but
Yeah,
that's why I
that's
brought
quite
it up, because it's a main factor around here. I know loads of people that like all the fucking things about. And like, for instance, I've someone away now, Medina, that tried to just do it there recently, like, you know. And fucking, he's a very good friend of mine. I'm not having it out because he's drinking and swallowing tablets and tried to slit his fucking wrists, like. Do you know what I mean? He's over there with his kid and his missus. So fucking, I'm at the being on the phone the past 3 days going fucking mad on him, like, do you know what I mean? Having to ring, I don't, as he says, like, the people around here, I just send people over to Sankalpa. We haven't really been on the phone constantly to someone like this in a couple of years, like, you know, it's at the driving me mad, like, you know. But like, come here, I'll have him calm at the moment, but fuck, he's still like, oh, I'll have a point and all, word and all, but it's just, yeah, it has me head a little, it has me head a bit tormented, yeah.
How are you feeling right now talking about it?
I'm feeling good about it, just but I'm annoyed about me mate, like, you know. I'm all right to talk about things, like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so let's say that there are 5 feelings, yeah?
Yeah.
Guilt and shame,
Yeah.
anger, sadness, fear, and joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What feelings does this topic invoke in you?
Number 2, anger.
Anger, yeah, me too. It's like, for fuck's sakes, yeah? All right, so the gift of anger is boundaries, you know?
Yeah.
Like when we use anger in a healthy way, it's like, fuck it, no, there's a line, stop it, enough. Yeah? Don't fuck with me and my family. Yeah? Or don't you be coming in here, yeah? Anger can also be experienced in a very negative way. Yeah. So my personal experience growing up was having an alcoholic father that was violent.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd get pissed, he'd get violent, the anger would come out. Yeah. And so me growing up, I would have a lot of shame about feeling anger and expressing it. Yeah. So I have guilt and shame attached to anger because when I did express it, when I did get pissed or whatever and expressed it in a fucking horrible way, yeah, because I didn't know how to express it in a sober way, yep, I'd wake up in the morning and feel guilt and shame about it and then say, oh, I'm really sorry, it wasn't me, it was the booze, yeah, or whatever. And so part of my recovery has been learning how to create healthy boundaries, expressing anger in a clean and healthy way. Yeah. So when suicide comes along, yep, and I can see how people can't talk about it, everyone's got a fucking opinion. Yep. It really fucking triggers me personally Like hearing things like, oh, they're in a better place now. Oh, they've gone off to the baby Jesus. Oh, you just got, it's like, for fuck's sakes, people. Yeah. It makes me angry. Yeah. And I've got to learn personally, just my way of dealing with that in a way that's in integrity with my value system. Yep. It's not about me coming and telling you how you need to deal with it in your community, in your neighborhood, but I do know it's a fucking problem that happens with mental health in this environment, especially in areas like yours. Yep. And like Rabson, our coach in Zambia, he's had 3 suicides in his family with men over the past 18 months as well. So it's fucking alive out there. And then you've got all the other fucking nitazines and fentanyl and all these other fucking accidental overdoses and all that going on as well. And it's becoming a thing. So if we don't have the capacity to say, okay, this is in the room, how are we going to deal with it? Like, we need some practical stuff around this, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling all fucking angry now myself. Okay. How's it feeling in the container?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, the stakes have just gone up, huh?
Yeah.
It feels like, okay, this is some serious shit here. This is how I'm experiencing the container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very hard topic to talk about. It's very sensitive. Do you know what I mean? And if I was to think about dealing with a client who came to me like that, I'd get nervous in around it because the
Great. So you'd feel fear.
Yeah.
Okay. So fear gives you the gift of intuition. It tells you what's coming. It's like, oh, fuck, I got to take this seriously now.
Yeah.
What must I do? What's going to happen? So what might happen, yep, that you're worried about?
Well, you're worried that they're going to do it. And
Yeah.
then you're going to feel guilty about not being able to help them. Do you know what I mean? Or you didn't do enough.
Okay, so there's the guilt. Excellent. So I feel fear, and I might feel guilty that I didn't do enough.
Yeah.
Yep, and that might be true. You didn't do enough. Okay.
Well, it's not. I don't think like with people saying that you didn't do enough. I think that's probably a little bit hard on you because like if you've tried, and like, there's no point kicking yourself. Like obviously you'll be upset about it, but you have to deal with it. Like I tried to speak to him, just trying to get more awareness around it, but he didn't listen. What like if you sort of the guy haven't told his missus or his father, which I'm saying this is where I'm at. I think I probably will because it can go more further than this again. That's the only way to feel the guilt. But if you tell someone, you've told someone that is related to them in ways as well. So like
it's opening up a bigger support.
Yeah, so it's not because you like don't tell anyone don't tell anyone because when someone comes to say you're suicidal, it's I know things are confidential, but I think that puts beside the point of confidential. Doesn't it? That goes in where you have to.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So there's the anger again.
Yeah.
And the anger saying, listen, I know we got a fucking boundary around confidentiality, but I'm gonna fucking break this now.
Yeah, of course, that has to be broken.
Yeah, because I need to make a decision to escalate this now.
Yeah.
Yep. So when you guys are in your professional role at work, what does escalation look like?
It's gonna blow up.
Well, I mean, it's putting into advising them to go to a different service, is it? I don't know.
No, escalation. It's going to get.
When it
It
gets
gets bigger than what it is. The problem's small, but then it's just going to rise to bigger. So there's more people around you, getting at you and at you. So it's escalating just not to the one person. It's going further than one person. It's going to 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
What's the policy or the process within Sankalpa?
Just see, that's what I'd like to know is that do's and don'ts
Yeah, and this is what we're working out now.
Oh, there's no.
This is what we're working out now. We're in the middle of it, people.
So when it comes to suicide, as a worker in Sankalpa, we have to get into the nitty gritty. We need to know, are you on a come down and you're having suicidal thoughts? Or are you actually suicidal? Have you got a plan? Have you got a time? Have you got a method? They're all the questions. So if someone was to come to me and say, I want to end my life, I would say, okay, have you got a plan? What way are you going to do it? And then if they have a plan, if they know what way they're going to do it, I know this person is not safe. I need to keep them safe until I can get extra support, mental health team, family.
But would that not be egging them on? Like if you say to them like, have you got a plan? And they're like, no, but fuck, I'm gonna make one there. Do you know?
No, because what happens is you're putting reality back into the situation.
So some can say it, but they're not actually thinking tangibly about it.
Okay, great. So you'd escalate to Dominique, yeah? And it's like, oh fuck, I better speak to Dominique about this. And Dominique can come and say, okay, well, here's our policy. We get asked some yes/no questions to get clarity. So we don't ask kind of open questions like, what's values in your life? What's important? It's more like, listen, have you got a fucking plan? What's going on? Where are you on this? Yeah, getting quite direct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Because for me, I've tried it a couple of times, a few times. And the reason I ask about it is that do's and don'ts, because I went to my partner and I said, you know what, fucking, this was after an attempt. And then the reaction I got was fucking do it. So I did, I went and ended up in hospital. But another time I just bumped into someone randomly that I didn't even know. And just by him talking to me, it took my mind off it. And I was literally, I left the money for my funeral and everything in the house. And I went to go and do it. And I met this guy randomly. And he says to me, you all right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm not, you're coming home with me. And just by him, I don't know what it was. It was just the way he spoke to me now. And I ended up going home and said, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never came, so he kept using that stuff.
Oh, what a beautiful story. Fuck. Does a stranger know?
You know what? I don't know. I called back to his house about 2 days later, and he wasn't there. And then I moved out of Dublin then. So it was 10 years ago.
So there's some weird stuff that happens there.
I must actually call him.
It's the power of a conversation.
Yeah. And I don't know what it was. He just knew.
Yeah.
Never met the guy. I was drinking in the pub.
We might have been in
But I believe people are putting that pack
So he just said,
Seeing it through your
you're all right.
face.
And I said, yeah, I am.
I
He said,
tried
no,
that.
you're
I
not.
think like I definitely chose that, and then I woke up and I was like, right now I have to get sober.
But if you think about it, if somebody is coming to you, telling you that they are suicidal, they're first of all, the positive is that they're sitting in front of you.
That's what I was doing.
But you cannot take on any of that. You know what I mean? You cannot take that on. But your job and your role is to keep them safe in that minute. Now, if someone is talking about suicidal thoughts, I would always try and get a commitment. Can you come back into me tomorrow at 1 o'clock and we'll have a chat?
So you show up.
Yeah, so
You
I'm
wanna
keeping
keep
them
people
safe
planned.
for that period of time. There's a commitment, they come back in. If there's serious risk, our confidentiality goes out the window and I'll contact emergency contact or mental health services.
And I know, like, not to take away from suicide now, but some people throw it out there, like, all they want is someone to talk to, someone to listen to them.
Come here, listen, it's probably a 60% pick me thing around. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna do this, like you said that you miss, and she says it cocked. That's the way people will say that. No, they're not. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like a lot of people would say, "Oh, what do you reckon?" Like, I reckon fucking he just killed himself. I was miss. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what people say. Like, you know, when people hang themselves, there's an fight with the miss. That's where they control spanner in the books. So, I'll go and fuck off and kill yourself. And come out. I think it's being said a lot of times. Do you know what I mean? And people have done it. Because a lot of suicide with the addiction around it, it's down to like depression and beating me, take me back and all. Do you know what I mean? You know, so I heard a lot of people talking about it. Do you know what I mean? And then they want to kill themselves.
Do you know what it was for me? It wasn't
Life is
one
too precious to
particular
kill
thing.
yourself, do you know what I mean?
I just got overwhelmed
Yeah.
with stupid things. It was
Yeah.
nothing like, there was no big catastrophe
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
It was just overwhelmed.
You see, when you're in that
Yeah.
mind space, it's big, small things
Yeah.
seem
And it was like,
Oh.
That's the chaos of addiction.
Yeah.
I think,
It's just chaotic. in
I
your
think the
head.
people that really do it are the ones that hook onto these fields and kill themselves, and there's no coming back, there's no one to say to them. People that do it in their houses, that fucking, like, around people that are around. I think that small list of people, it's like, you know what I mean? Because, like, when I know a lot of people that went up far off dark alleys, lanes,
Yeah.
kill themselves in that way. People that do it in their houses and all, I
The
think,
whole-
like,
someone
that's
like
fucking
me.
disgraceful, like, you know, like, I know it's a selfish thing in anyway. I don't agree with it,
Yeah.
but I think around the people that do it, yeah. So what am I? I'm not going mad now.
It is a selfish thing.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
It is a selfish thing that the people leave behind. I only can see that now because I've come
Yeah.
inside of it. But when you're in it, you feel like
You're doing
they're
them
doing
a
them a
favour.
favour.
Yeah.
They're doing to be better off.
You feel it's the best
Yeah.
decision for you
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Like,
Best decision for everybody around you.
yeah.
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 But it's only now I realise it's not.
It's a hard subject to guide.
My fear would be not saying the right thing to the people. That's my fear.
And my fear would be they do it and then I have to live with that guilt. I know that's
I
terrible
don't
that they're
think
gone, but
I wouldn't take that
me not
on.
doing enough,
No.
feeling like I didn't do enough. You know what I mean?
But I just like to see. I'm the type of person, right? That like I've been faking it till I make fucking all my life. So if I'm told that plug goes into that socket, no problem. See if you hand me the plug and say put it in, which one? I doubt myself and I still do it. I doubt myself something terrible. So if I'm told, listen, this if someone comes into it, this is the format, and then they can kind of spin off on it. At least I have something to work with. You know what I mean? And then they'll give me the confidence that right, I'm on the right track.
Yeah. And what Dominique said is ask direct questions, yes or no questions. Keep them in the moment. See if they got a plan, and then make a commitment to come back tomorrow. And then if your man's like, no, I'm going to the field and I have the rope and I have this, and I need to ring someone, I'll ring a family and ring and see if it's something. Do you tell them that you're going to ring them now? Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, all right. So, hello everyone who's just joined us. So, David Bally, Andrew Paresh, and Ruth. Just to orientate you, we're with Sankalpa on a Thursday. Every morning we meet Sankalpa for 30 minutes. Then you guys come in. The topic that we're discussing to the container today is how to handle suicide. So I'm going to ask the 5 of you just to hang back a bit and just to observe, for the next 25 minutes. Then Sankalpa will check out and they're going to carry on themselves with their self-study, And Sankalpa, for those of you that don't know, there are people here from various lived experience organizations over here in the UK that have similar challenges, where suicide happens in their community, and how to deal with it. So if it's all right, I'd like to stay with you guys at Sankalpa. Yeah. How are you doing as a container?
Good,
Yeah. There's real passion coming up. Huh?
Yeah. Well, it'd be a thing about everyone in this room that they've known. Like I've probably known about 20 people around me that have killed themselves since I was 16. So I'm 40 now, so 24 years of it. And then you know what I know of people attended funerals of it. So it'd be a big thing that for me, like, you know what I mean? And it's still going on.
And the weather in Clondalkin, where we're from, the weather seems to bring it out a bit more as well.
But then that's bring out the drug use, so that's again related to, you know what I mean?
So it can be a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
It can be a chemically induced thing coming down, things like that, a combination. It can be a time of year like Christmas time, Easter, birthday, Father's Day, yeah. You know, there's what else is there? What other factors lead into this?
Relationships.
Relationships, or
Financial. Yeah.
finance, yeah.
Big one.
Just your mental health. Some
Yeah.
people, like, they wouldn't be drug addicts or they'd be okay financially. To the outside world, they'd have everything, but their head would be just down a number.
But again, that falls back down probably to the addiction.
They wouldn't be
Not
on
all the
drugs.
time.
Not all the
it's-
time,
no.
but in the situation we're in, we're talking
I
about
reckon,
is
I reckon there's 12% non-addiction people.
like Ian. Since I'm 21, a lot of my friends have committed
Yeah.
suicide. When I look back at it now,
Yeah.
like 10 years ago, when my first best friend killed himself, that was from ketamine. It was 10 years ago, and I've known 4 or 5 people
I
commit
think
suicide.
from about 2007,
Yeah.
2007, within the space of 3 years, it was from about 12 to 15 people dead.
And it might be down to their relationships. It might be down to
It
their
was like a
finances.
train of fucking, like, there's
It's like
4
your
people.
fucking course.
I got dealing out today, 6 days later,
That's
2 weeks, 4
Yeah.
weeks, like just.
And it was
it
nearly
just-
a circle of friends.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's what it was. It was my
Yeah.
friend, then his auntie, then his ma.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then fucking other younger people, and this person, that person. I was like,
All
that's
right.
what's going on?
So let me just come in here for a second. So we kind of started off with the questions like, how do we deal with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and underneath that, my sense was there's a bit of like, oh fuck, we don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah.
But when we're talking now, it sounds like you guys have been living through this a lot.
Yeah, we have.
But not from a professional point of view and not knowing how to deal with it.
Like,
What's the difference?
Someone coming to you this time and saying, I'm going to kill myself, I have a plan, then just hearing it through your neighbour or finding out about someone dying or you're not knowing or like that, someone could be in a different country and saying, I'm after being on the gargle all week
I
and now I'm
suppose
going to
it's
kill
wanting
myself.
to make the difference now.
As a
Yeah.
coach
You know
now,
what I
when
mean?
someone
Like-
comes and says to you, hey Jill, I want to kill myself, it's like, now how do I approach that as a professional?
it's not. It's like as well.
And there was the wisdom with sorry, I've forgotten your name, but you shared your experience where a stranger, or just having a conversation, who wasn't a professional, was way more effective than the professional. Did I understand you correctly there?
I should advise then on something. So a friend of mine, her daughter's friend was killed at the weekend up in Donegal by a car in the rally.
Yeah.
And the daughters had taken it very bad. So like, what do you do there?
Counseling.
Yeah, like
Counseling, watch all.
Like she's not gonna come and say she feels suicide. Well, she might want to say she's suicidal. Like, how do you see the signs and stuff as well? Do you know?
I don't know. Geez, I'm just trying to digest the conversation now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I suppose people become withdrawn. That patterns. I know some people just do it totally out of the blue, and you're like, "What the fuck happened there?" But if you were to have someone, I think they become more withdrawn. Habits.
Just be aware of what's. Just be aware of them.
Yeah.
So let's just slow it down for a bit. I just want to try and catch up. We were talking about suicide.
Yeah.
And then did we talk about an accidental death that happened?
Yeah, but his friends that are left, they're all.
Yeah. Okay. So part of someone's response is, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to live without them and live with the pain and loss. Yep. I feel like ending it too.
Because that's what happens with teenagers.
Yeah, no, fucking it happened to a mate of mine that I brought into the clinic, and he was in the clinic, and he was going through his detox, and his dad started drinking after being sober for 17 years, and then he shot himself with a shotgun. Yeah, took his life, and then and I had to go and tell him, listen, mate, I'm fucking sorry. This is what's happened to your dad. And then a week later, his sister did the same thing because of the grief. And then I had to go and tell him a week later, fuck, this is what's happened to your sister. And it was fucking difficult. It was like, and this stuff happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, and if I think about that story now, it's like, fuck, I didn't really have any training or anything. All I had to do was kind of like act with compassion, and I had the blurred boundaries of being a friend, and then also having a friend in a clinical environment that was there to get off the drink and drugs. And then how do you talk to them? It was fucking difficult. In fact, just talking about that story kind of makes me think how fucking lonely this job can be at times. And I feel sad now. It's like, fuck. We get left at the front line as well at times. What's the feeling in the container now?
People are a bit taken back now and the reality of it. Definitely for me.
It's quite intense, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a fucking joke. We might be playful about this stuff, but actually there's also a huge seriousness here as well, huh?
Well, that's what it is. It's serious. There's no like
It's still happening in the
it's-
community. Like, it has
like it's
to
a thing not to be like it's not to be messed with. That's why it's to be brought up for me. And anyway, like, you know, and I think around here, I think a lot more like probably more mental health courses could be ran, like, and even like the likes of us coming through this recovery coach, like for the people that are in the access turning point, this and that, like probably there should be suicide talking around for all because it's an addiction. I don't know, there probably is, Dominic, is there? I'm not too sure, like, you know. So it's like, yeah, it's a thing that you can bring anywhere and talk about around any addiction, like even in classrooms and school and all, it should be talked about, like, do you know what I mean? Probably, yeah. Should be advertised more.
Right into offices as well,
Yeah.
not just schools,
Yeah.
every kind of form of business.
But you know what? Then it comes down to the healthcare system. The healthcare system needs to up. I know it's all into politics now and everything, but like with the amount of people that I know that have took their own lives, were up in the hospital and were sent home.
Yeah.
That's major as well.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to stop, but it can be just you. I think there could be more
I think the
things,
person has the mind made
Yeah.
up, that's it.
Awareness.
awareness around it. Like, you know what? I'll be alright. Years. I actually don't know.
All right. So let's just take a breath there. Yeah. We've been coaching for 40 minutes now. Yeah. Coming up to 45 minutes. There's a big topic that's come into the room. Yeah. Just from the Sankalpa container, just want to go around in whenever you're ready, just to tell us what you've learned from this container today.
I'm Megan, and what I learned is the structure of, you know what I mean, the steps in what way to deal with someone who's suicidal as a professional person.
So inside your organization, there's a professional process
Yeah,
that you can make use of.
yeah. That I'll take that with me, and if anybody does come with me, that's the protocol I'll use now, because I think because it is such a touchy subject, well, I feel better knowing that I've done it the structured way for the better outcome, for the most possible better outcome. If that makes sense.
Excellent. What a wonderful learning. Who's next?
Tasha.
And if you don't want to say anything, just also say, listen, fuck, I don't want to say anything.
Gary, so kind of like, so I've learned that there is a few set kind of questions for the want of a better word to use, and if you stick to them and your own kind of experience without sharing your experience with the person, but looking for similarities in your and where you are. Yeah, so then stick to as I say, the structure of it, and I think I'm on the right track with doing this course. Every day it gets better for me, so I've learned that as well.
And I want to just emphasize this is a training course. Yeah, this isn't a therapeutic intervention or anything. This is a training course to learn a skill set around what happens to us as individuals going through this process. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've all had a chance to experience some resilience around a very big topic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're here to learn.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go on, Paul. I suppose I learned, you can't just place unfair expectations on yourself. And we did training with the HSE, in regards to what you do if you think a child might be in, a bit of trouble or, being abused or something. And it's kind of the same pattern, if you come into contact with somebody that might be suicidal or, in the process of going to end their lives. All we can do as recovery coaches is hopefully, like Dominique said, keep them kind of tied down as best we can in reality. Maybe by making an appointment for them, direct them to the services. But I just don't think we'd be of much use to anybody if we're putting kind of unrealistic expectations on ourselves. We're only kind of part of the solution for a person. Like you said, in your own experience, sometimes the best you can do is just to be a person that shows a bit of compassion. Like there's a friend of mine that rang me there over the weekend, and he said, I'm with a fella in town here. He was homeless, he was living in a tent, and he said, I want to get clean, I wanted to go to treatment. He just happened to be chatting to him, and he gave him a bit of change. And he was like, what do I do? Like, I want to get him help. I was like, well, you're going to have to get on to maybe Peter McVerry's. There's another hostel I can put you in touch with. But like sometimes that's the best we can do, just direct people back to the services, so that there's kind of a broader solution for them to engage with, rather than placing all of this person's solution just on us alone.
Thank you. And I must just fess up to the fact that my anxiety has just settled. Now Natasha's come back into the room. I suddenly thought, oh fuck, what's gone off? No, she's gone. And when you came back into the room, Natasha, I thought, oh, okay, great. What else are we learning? One more takeaway.
Ian, did you go?
No, well, I just, what I took from it is just got more people's more different opinions and all, and then it's just, I suppose just at a piece of my mind now, like as well, like, because I'd like to talk about this more regularly, bring up things like this, because you need these sort of tools, like, do you know what I mean, around that, and it's just more, it's like, I've learned about stuff like this, but now it's more refreshing my brain again, like, so I'd like to have this knowledge around it as well, like, and so I'd like to fucking,
So hopefully what's happened is by being in the container for a bit is you've embodied some of the learning.
Yeah.
So you will naturally know what to do if the situation arises, as opposed to kind of, oh, let me go look up the manual, or I'm not trained. I'm actually able to just sit in the storm and just say, well, let's just wait for the rain to stop before we go out.
Right words, isn't it? Like,
Okay. All right. So, should we pause it there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's just tap our foreheads to kind of bring it back to the classroom, and just think, what the fuck's he making us do now by tapping our foreheads? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's check in this English lot. Andrew, you want to check in, mate?
Yeah, I'm feel like I've walked into a big conversation there. So checking in is a bit like just intrigued with what you were talking about before as well, I guess. But yeah, sort of surviving, I guess the word this week. Just trying to get through the heat and get by. But yeah, all good other than that.
Getting through the heat. I'm from fucking Africa, and all I can think is, what are people on about?
This bald head gets burnt like a crisp if I'm out in that sun for more than 5 minutes, David.
Yeah. No, that I can understand. Yeah. Who are you tagging, Andrew?
I'll tag Ruth.
Thanks, Andrew. Hi, everyone. You all okay?
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm good, but I'm with you, Andrew. The heat's horrible. Try being a woman, David, in this intense heat. It's vile.
Yeah.
Woman in a 40s. It's not good. It's shit. Hey, I'm okay. I've had a week.
Okay. Who are
I've
you
had a
tagging,
week.
Ruth?
Paresh.
Hi everyone. Yeah, no, I'm good. Been a busy week. Looking forward to the class today, but all good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who you tagging, Paresh?
Bally.
Bally who? Bally, you there? No, all right. David F, do you want to come back on? All right, so Bally and David are just kind of lurking at the moment. All right. So for Andrew, you said you walked into a big conversation. What did that feel like for you?
I could tell there was a lot of passion with it, and it felt like there was. Obviously, I've been with the Sankalpa a lot for a few weeks now. Probably was it 5 weeks you've been here now, and it's clearly into your groove now, and really kind of contribute. I got the sense of it was really kind of in a good place, which is why you didn't want to disturb it at the time. But yeah, I mean, wish I was there at 9:30 rather than 10 o'clock.
You're welcome to join at 9:30 if you want. Yeah,
I might do next week. Yeah, after drop the kids off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what I appreciated about what you said there, Andrew, is you came in and you were able to read the room. Yeah, and you were able to just kind of go, oh, fuck, let me adjust to the container. Yeah, and I think that's a very important skill set for us to all to have as coaches when we go into crisis, chaos, and conflict. Yeah. Bally, welcome back, mate. Do you want to check in?
Yeah, checking in is hot. Try not to melt away. But no, all good here. Thanks.
Okay, great. David F, are you back? No, but we've got Marlon coming in from Thailand. Marlon, you there, mate?
I'm here, David. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. You want to check in?
Yeah. Checking in. Feeling really optimistic.
Optimistic. Okay. Great. It'll pass. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. All right. So, Sankalpa, do you guys want to start your checkout? Yep. How are you feeling on something that you've learned or not?
I'm feeling optimistic as well. And as the weeks are going on, I'm more optimistic that I'm on the right track.
It's coming together, hey, Gary?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm checking out good and yeah. Well, yeah, just as I said, just recapping the brain now around, and then we can sort of. We'll have it out, me mate. Well, not have it out, and we'll have it. Like, yeah, we will have it out as well, but we'll be telling start as well. Sorry for language, and I'm all good, and I'll see you in 4 weeks' time because I'm off from today. Yeah.
Have a wonderful break.
No worries, thank you.
My name is Paul. Yeah, I'm checking in. Good. Enjoyed today's conversation. It's important to talk about those kind of topics that are hard to talk about. You know, a lot of us would have lived experience with that type of thing. So it's good, I think, to kind of be able to speak openly about things that we usually wouldn't speak openly about, you know. So we're better prepared and more comfortable with it if it does come up. If we're working in the field and come across somebody that's in trouble. Okay.
I'm Jill. I'm checking out as kind of your blood's flowing a little bit after that topic. You know, it was a good group. It was a strong group. Bit of, and not that it's a nice topic to talk about, but I enjoyed getting into it about it. So now I'm feeling good.
It was intense, huh? It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
fuck, this
adrenaline.
is fucking higher grade stuff.
Yeah, but it's something that it is important to touch on, and I think because there's a couple of us in the room bouncing off each other, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed when Megan would jump in, I enjoyed when Gary would jump in then, and everyone's different kind of outlooks, and I took from what Dominique said, and she approaches it, so I got a lot from today's group, to be honest, so I'm feeling good.
So what's starting to happen is in your container, in your community, you're starting to work it out for yourselves.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, instead of waiting for someone to come and teach you.
We're really looking forward to coming in on a Thursday. You know, if you have something going on, you're like, I'm going to bring that into the container now on Thursday.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. All right, who's next? Natasha?
I'm Natasha, and to be honest, I don't know how I'm feeling checking out. I just feel like my body shut down. Like it used to be like I can't openly talk about suicide and all that, but it's after like I don't know, it's after really triggering me, and like maybe it's after triggering me because like I'm still kind of grieving the loss of my brother to suicide, and like loads hit off me here this morning. My voice seems shaking talking about it.
Sorry.
But I know it's alright, and sorry like for running out of the room and all that, but I just
Please don't apologize. You're so fucking courageous. And
to
really thank you for just like bringing it here. Like, guys, I'm fucking triggered. My brother, this is what happened to my brother, to my family, and just putting it out there is so fucking courageous. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm checking out a little bit more confident that I think I'm more practical and I need a structure in like saying things, you know what I mean? So once I have a structure to go off, I feel a little bit confident that I'm doing the best job for that person, you know what I mean? So yeah, a little bit more confident to talk with people in and around that topic.
Dominique, you still there? Is Dominique?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm checking out really good. I thought it was a very honest conversation, an important conversation that people shy away from. I am a suicide first aider, so I have a lot of experience that I will share with the group after the group regarding it, and I will signpost to that training if anyone would like to do it.
Yeah. Very good.
Lovely.
All right. Thank you, Sankalpa. And is everyone all right with the recording? I'm going to just take it and create more content for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Lots of love. I'll see you all next week.
David.
Okay, bye. All right, Andrew, start the check-in for us here now.
Again, has David checked in yet? How you doing, David?
Good catch.
Hello. Sorry, I got disconnected twice because I'm in a church, so which is a co-working space. So yeah, no, I'm doing a bit better today. Just looking forward. That was a very interesting conversation, and very relevant to what I'm going through right now. So yeah, just looking forward to trying to keep positive and keep my mind focused on positive things.
Cool. Marlon, you want to check in?
Yeah, I don't know. Feel a bit. I've been rushing around today, so I'm a bit. Yeah. I don't like being late. It really brings up some uncomfortable feelings for me, just because it reminds me of like unmanageability. But apart from that, yeah, I've got a lot of excitement because I'm on my new journey, um, yeah, towards I can feel me getting closer towards a career of coaching.
Excellent.
I've made some sacrifices, um, like a bit of a gamble. So yeah, really eager to get the ball rolling for myself. But I know obviously it's as they say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But yeah,
It's a marathon made up of sprints.
Yes, I like that, David. I like that. So yeah, good to see everyone.
Cool.
I'm passing to has Bally checked in.
Yeah, we're checking in again. Cheers, Marlon. Are we checking in again, David? Or
Yeah, so and this is maybe just me fucking trying to settle in after that last container. Yeah. And I'm finding it quite difficult setting up at 9:30, and you guys come in at 10, and it's like just trying to manage that space. And it's the way that it's been set up. Yeah. So
okay.
yeah, and it was a big topic. It was suicide, and it just felt right to just have you guys observe a bit, because I really wanted to keep the sacredness of the space. And then maybe this check-in's just about me fucking centering myself and thinking, wow, where the fuck are we going? Do I know what I'm doing? Jesus. So yeah, Bally, if you don't mind, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, all good. Like I said, just hard. Just want to get through the day till the weather calms down a bit, because it's just fucking horrible, to be honest with you. And I'll tag in Ruth.
Cheers, Bally. I've had a shit week, like really fucking shit week. But I've had a really good week as well. So lots of ups and downs. I found my mate's nana dead, which wasn't nice. And then 3 hours later, me and my friend were in a bit of a car accident because she was distracted. But then my kit got set up today, so I was like really fucking happy. So yeah, mixed emotions this week, but yeah, I'm cool. I'll tag in David. Is that allowed?
Me?
Yeah, because you've had a stressful morning, so I'm tagging you in. Make sure you're okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, did you just say you discovered your friend's nana dead? Then you
Yeah.
had a car crash, and
Yeah.
then fucking hell, this heat is a fucking it's the container's going, huh? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm all right. I've got my son here, his wife, my grandson, and my granddaughter. And at 5:30 this morning, we built a little car tunnel. And we're sliding cars down the tunnel with my little 3-year-old grandson. And the game was for him to then put his head at the bottom of the tunnel, and the car slides down and hits him in the head. And then I gave him LERO for breakfast. So Grandpa's nice, but Grandpa's also bonkers. Yeah. Paresh. And just for the record, Paresh is about 12 foot tall in real life. When you meet Paresh, the first thing you notice is, who's this fucking big bloke?
I'm not that tall. I'm okay. I'm good. Yeah, it's a busy week. Not much to report, to be honest. I will tag. Are we all done? I think we're done, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, were you going to go again?
I can go again if you want. Yeah, I'm like I said, surviving the heat. Just trying to get. I guess in relation to what you said, I got the kids a paddling pool in the week. So I've got it already set up for the weekend, and I get a message through on my phone this morning saying there's a hose pipe ban in the area. So that ain't happening now. But yeah, other than that, all good. So I've got to try and find another way to keep them cool over the weekend. But yeah, it's been up and down, but not as bad as some other people have had by the sounds of it. So I can't complain.
All right. So, Bally and Andrew, how many hours have you done?
I think this is week 16 for me, I think.
16.
I'm probably a few weeks behind Andrew, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks behind Andrew, I think. I'd have to check my calendar to see to track it all back.
All right. So if you're week 16, you're creating the container and building the container and holding the container and that. Yeah. David's just joined us on Tuesday with his first container coming in. It's like, fuck, guys, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do today, Andrew and Bally, I'm going to drop you both in the deep end with the container. I'm going to hop off the call. Yeah. I'm going to keep it recording. Yep. And those of you that were coming to this afternoon's class, that's going to be postponed. Okay. I just kind of realized, like, fuck, I've got this little time with my kids. Yeah. Why am I fucking working all the time? So, I want to cry because I just prioritize work so much and I'm not aware of the sacrifice that makes, yeah. So, or I am aware of it, but let me try and do something about it. So, yeah, so Andrew and Bally. Andrew, I'm going to make you the host. Bally, I'll make you the co-host. Yep. And I will see you all next week. Ruth, congratulations on getting through that paperwork.
Thank you.
And yeah, fuck. It sounds like you fucking be like, yeah, let me not go do that. And just so you all know, I met Paresh in the flesh on Monday, and he's offered to be a director of our kick. So he lives in the same borough as me in London, and that was really, really nice. So yeah. All right, everyone. Lots of love. It is recording. If you want to stop the recording, it's in the top right hand corner where it says YouTube. You just stop it at any time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Bye.
Enjoy, David. Okay, mate.
Have fun.
All right. So, first time I've done this in this group, so let's give it a go. So, I guess the first thing to ask is, has anyone got anything they want to bring to the group? Firstly, I've got a few things I can ask people with the check-ins, but has anyone got anything they want to bring to the group? No?
Sorry.
You don't have to. It's, I've got a couple of questions if it'll help.
Yeah, do you want to go through a couple of questions first, and then if we have time, maybe I can ask, or we could talk about something I'd like to talk about. If that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, cool.
Well, first one is David. Nice to meet you. Firstly,
Hi.
do you mind me asking first your background, addiction recovery, change curve, visual? Where's that come from?
That's I've basically for the past 6 months I've been helping set up a CIC here in Portsmouth, and for a presentation we did for that, because we're kind of like a beyond recovery. So the bit that drug and alcohol services really, they finish and discharge you, but they kind of leave you on what we call the ledge back to life, and I call the parapet problem, which is, you're in this kind of parapet and you look above this, see what's left of your life, and there's grenades still going off, and if there's still grenades, you duck back down and toil a bit more, but eventually you've got to run somewhere, and we call that the bridge back to life. And people are just either, people that are kind of like don't want to go back to their career or can't go back to their old career, are really just left to work out what to do. And a lot of them just are like lemmings and just kind of just go back around the circle again through the whole thing. So that's where this comes from. It was part of our presentation. I've got a background as an occupational psychologist and management consultant in HR transformation, people and change work. So this is sort of very much in my kind of like previous domain space, if you like.
I mean, yeah, because I suppose the addiction, when you generally people use whatever they're addicted to as a way of coping or escaping from something, and when you take that away, suddenly they've got to deal with their life of some sort, and it doesn't just stop at stopping that addiction, does it? No, amazing, mate. No, good stuff. And do you mind asking a bit about what's brought you here, that sort of coaching?
So I've kind of met David on a LERO call where we were kind of just in a training session. So I kind of knew a bit from there, and I spoke to Marcus. I've been speaking to Marcus just because I'm going through a bit of a problem at the moment. It was a bit of a witch hunt, honestly, and it's put me under so much stress. I became, which is why the last session was quite relevant to me. I became quite suicidal, and I'm neurodiverse, so I was catastrophizing in my head. I'm probably making it all worse. It's pretty bad anyway, but I'm making it worse. So I decided, Marcus just said, come and join these sessions and maybe it'll be a positive thing for you. One of my first graduate jobs was actually as a pure occupational psychologist and doing sort of like both psychometric assessment and coaching. So it's just like taking me back a bit, but obviously recovery focused now specifically. So yeah, no, it's really cool, and it gives my mind something positive to focus on. Right.
Amazing. That's great. And thanks for sharing that. It's sorry you had a tough time of it, but seems like you got the right support around you. Yeah. Amazing. Cheers, David. Ruth, do you mind if I come to you? Are you okay to share a bit more about your check? That's all right. About your check-in, you mentioned the ups and downs for the week. Do you want to bring anything to the group at all around your check-ins?
No, honestly, I'm good. Shit happens, right?
Exactly.
I'm dead excited for Saturday. I'm watching the Foo Fighters on Saturday, so that's going to make my week even better. So I'm excited.
Whereabouts today? Playing?
In Anfield.
Oh, Anfield, really? Oh, wow. You seen them before?
Yeah, 2 years ago. So me and all my kids are going, so it should be a good day.
Fantastic. Amazing. I've never seen them. I'd love to go and see them.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. Stuff. Paresh, do you want to bring what you had? A couple of questions I have from the check-ins. Did you want to bring what you had to bring?
Yeah, it was more like, and I know it's a bit, everyone's on different kind of journey and etc. But I'm really interested to know, like, who with the training, has anyone got to a point where they are actually have private clients that are actually training or coaching? Sorry.
Kinda.
Yeah. And how have you found that? How does it work? What's difficult, etc., etc. Not just, yeah.
I suppose my experience in this, Paresh, is so before I started this job, my plan was to set up like a private coaching practice. And I think what I learned out of that is that it's just a massive marketing exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if, like, let's say you've got the qualifications and everything like that, and I thought I was in a place where, because of all of my lived experience, that I could definitely help people out there. But the bit I struggled with was just the whole it's a marketing and sales process, essentially. The sales bit I'm absolutely fine with, but the marketing bit, especially with all the tech tools that you have right now, and what you've got to do, you've got to be so consistent, you've got to be posting, and you've got to be doing this. There's so many different things you've got to do to essentially build your community, because once you've built a presence and a community, then your private coaching clients are going to come out of that. But what the first step is, you've got to build that community. So these newsletters that people do, these free tips that people offer. So it's social media, basically. It's all on sort of either whether you're going to go down LinkedIn or TikTok or Facebook, whichever platform you're going to use. And I suppose the marketers would say you should be using as many as possible. It's just a whole process you need to follow. And then 3, 6, 9 months down the line, you should then start to pick up regular clients.
And how do you find people to tell you that or to help you in that
Well,
area?
this is the thing. So there's so many people have cottoned on to the bandwagon that coaching's a thing. It's really hard to try and figure out the ones who are genuine and the ones who are like, I'm not going to say they're scamming, but they're just what they've done is they've designed a system as well. And then they just get you to follow the system. And their thing will be, oh, it's only going to work if you fully follow the system. But their system is always going to be at least minimum of 6 months. Now, it probably does work. But I paid for a coach and I paid a lot of money for a coach. Luckily, I didn't pay him the full whack. He wanted about 10 grand. I paid him, and so I managed to negotiate him to about 7. But I said, I'll pay you monthly because I didn't have the money to pay him. And he was shit. He was absolutely shit. He basically, when I signed up to him, he gave me a link which redirected me to a bunch of Loom videos. I don't know if you're familiar with Loom. And he had his whole process and system on Loom, which there's bits of it that did make sense and I did need to kind of understand. And I kind of went through and it took me about a week and a half, 2 weeks to rattle through all of it. And then I sort of messaged him and I was like, Brendan, cool. I've gone through all your videos now. I've gone through all the, like, because I was expecting an actual coach to coach me in terms of how to get into that space. And
oh, yeah.
So I messaged him saying, hi, Brandon. I'm like, I've gone through all the material. I've made my notes, done all the exercises that it tells you to do, which some of it was good stuff. Can we get a coaching session booked in? The guy sends me a voice note. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is this? I'm not a teenager. He said, yeah, hi, Bally, just let me know what you want to. I'm like, this isn't coaching. And like, again, he'd followed his own process as such. And then he's telling people to do things. But I found it all a bit, I struggled to find anyone genuine, Paresh, that
I
I
hope you
thought.
didn't pay the full money.
Yeah, because all of these people, I went to loads of different, and I suppose maybe it's because of my background in sales. It could be that as well. That when I was sat there and listening to him, I was like, "This is just a fucking sales pitch." Like you lot are just like doing the hard sell on people, and it didn't sit comfortably with me either. Because I remember going to one presentation thing where they'd given you free tickets to come, and then they've got a bunch of people in the room now, and they're showing all of their successes that they're doing, and they were giving it the hard sell because they were saying things like, "Oh, when your wife goes shopping." Does your wife phone you when she needs to buy something? No, she doesn't. She just does it. You need to do it to make this. And I walked out. I just walked out after like 15 minutes. I was like, this just. So there's loads of stuff out there. If you try and go for the free stuff, you're going to go down rabbit holes and kind of not really get anywhere because there's so much different advice. So I think the trick is, and if you've cracked this, Paresh, please drop me a message and let me know as well. But trying to find somebody who's genuine, who's offering you value for money, and is going to give you the right support for you to build that authentic coaching business. I just found everybody, or a lot of people in that coaching space, in the private coaching space, to be really disingenuous and just like shit. So then I just stepped away from it and just ended up going back to like a normal sales job, basically.
So I've done it completely different. Obviously, I'm not doing recovery coaching per se. I'm neurodivergent, and I'm going along the lines of doing neurodiverse stuff. I've got my consultancy, and now finally I've got my kick. So I'm getting funding in to help people to help them with a diagnosis, and I'm now doing this coaching with David to coach people with ADHD because of the overlap. But what I've done is I write about sort of ADHD, and I put it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I also write about what my consultancy is about. I'm going to start knowing what my kick's about, and I've actually found that people are coming to me because they understand. Actually, I'm knowledgeable. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So people actually come to me rather than me going to them.
That's the ideal way is that you want to kind of present yourself as an expert in your field, whatever that field is. And then you want to constantly talk about it like you're doing. And then if you do get any coaching clients, like make case studies out of them, put their feedback on. So you're building that narrative and that picture that look, if you've got issues with, whether it's gambling or alcohol or whatever it is, that Ruth is the expert in this field. Look at the great work Ruth has done with others. She's the person that is going to help me get me unstuck out of my situation.
Yeah,
Can you
what I'm
guys
hoping to do
remind
now,
me? Sorry, can you guys remind me what's a kick? I
the
think I know.
community interest company.
Right,
So
yeah.
I've got my kick, which is limited by guarantee. So now I'm going to be able to hopefully get funding in so that I can either use the funding to help people with in the interim to get the diagnosis and to talk through them and to help them with the difficulties that are surrounding neurodiversity. But also now what I want to do is use the framework that I've built around helping people who are neurodivergent to fit the system in the workplace rather than the system. The system should be fucking changing to fit everybody else. So now what I want to do is offer businesses like a free consultation where I'll come in and the kick will be funding that. So I'll be going in and having like a bit of a breakdown of what they're doing and see if I can do it that way.
What does the kick fund? Is that basically paying for your time?
It won't just be paying for my time. No, there's going to be lots of other things that I'll be doing on the with it as well. It's going to be around cost of living. It's going to be fully inclusive. So somewhere for neurodivergent people to go to and to get help. I've also got a friend who is a wellbeing practitioner who's also 8 years abstinent and with his coaching qualification. So he's going to be doing some recovery stuff for me as well.
Okay, cool.
And I've got a chef, so we can do things like, cooking on a budget, helping people with the cost of living, even getting families together, because I live in quite a deprived area. So getting families together and just being a bit of a community, really, see what I can do.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Thank you.
Ruth, if you want to, it'd be good to catch up with you because obviously we've just gone through setting up a similar thing, but we've got like this big community board, so it's like a big democratic kind of version. It's focused on all the different parts of recovery, but we're looking at all the funding stuff now. So if you want any discussion or just thoughts on that, and plus I'm neurodiverse and I've struggled with the ADHD thing as my big
fun,
struggle.
Isn't it fun?
Gets worse as you get older as well. No one told me that.
It does. I was a late diagnosis. I only got diagnosed like 3 years ago. And it was when I was getting my children through the pathway. And I was like, that's just normal, isn't it? And the practitioner was going, no, that's not normal. So I thought, you know what? I better go and get looked at myself.
Yeah, my GP was like, you're definitely ADHD. But I've had about 5 of them in a row ago. But yeah, no, it's good to hear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll definitely have a catch up.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, you're frozen.
Oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's my shitty Chromebook. Apologies. Hasn't got the processing power to do audio and video at the same time.
I'm just wondering how we can exchange emails or whatever so that we can. I'll just put mine in the chat. I'll put my email in the chat. I'm not bothered. It's my work one anyway now.
Oh, I was just going to send you a direct message, so I'll just send you my email and a direct message. Okay.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
Bring it back.
Sorry, we've taken up. Sorry.
No, it's all good. That makes it a lot easier for me. In regards to like ADHD, when coaching and bits, what advice do you sort of give around, or how do you coach someone with ADHD in a slightly different way to what you would if they didn't? If that makes sense. What's the tip?
You don't. There's actually like a hell of a lot of crossover. So I'm just going to take David's deets down. In fact, I'll just get a photo of it. It'll make life a lot easier, I think. Where were we? Cool. Yeah. Do you know it's actually there's not a lot of difference because of the links between ADHD and addiction. There's also massive links, and it's quite scary. The links between ADHD and people who are committing crime, who are on probation, who are in prison. There's even a link between ADHD and the LGBTQ community as well. So there's a lot of crossover, so you don't really coach much differently. But it's just around, especially if you're sort of newly diagnosed, it's learning how to cope with it. It's learning how to cope with burnout and what you do with that. It's also going to be a case of, maybe you're being diagnosed, but this isn't the end of the road. Like, you look at your potential, because before I was diagnosed, before I was medicated, I couldn't string 2 words together. I couldn't write for shit. I couldn't draw, I couldn't concentrate. But since I got my medication, my life has changed, and I want other people to realise that they've got potential as well.
That's amazing, Ruth. And I think that kind of authenticity there that you just kind of described is what you really need to kind of shout about, because that's what I think will come across when you're writing your stuff and you're writing on LinkedIn and you're writing your comments. I think writing it like that or talking about it like that will really kind of attract more people to kind of come into you as well, and then you kind of build it from there.
Well, follow me. Come have a follow and have a look at what I write, because
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, definitely.
it tends to resonate with people.
Yeah. So do you mainly, what are the main platforms that you're using at the moment, Ruth?
At the minute, I don't really use that much. I use LinkedIn and I use Substack for my writing. But it's crazy, right? I set up my LinkedIn in end of February, and I've already got like over 500 connections, and they're all like pretty fucking good connections. You know what I mean?
That's really
And
good.
so yeah, I'm hoping
That's really
that
good.
now I've got my kick, it's going to start really taking off.
And are you using any other tools to help? Because I can't remember. I'll have to dig it out. I'll have the notes of it. There was a really good one. Gives you a free trial, obviously, at the beginning. And then I think it was only like $50 a month. But you could write all your LinkedIn posts into it, prepare them and everything. Even you could set the times for when you want to do. So basically, on a Sunday, for example, if you wanted to do 3 LinkedIn posts, you could write them all on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then you could queue them up, and then they would just go out when you're telling it to go out. And there was a whole bunch of other things you could do with it as well. You could do searches with it. If you saw somebody else's post that you really liked, or you liked the style of it, you could even pull that up and then say, write a post. I want to write about, because they had like an AI feature on it as well. I want to write about neurodivergent and the sort of benefits of it and how to kind of move from it forward from it. And it would basically write you your whole post. Then I would always go and edit it to kind of make it look like it's not been used by AI, it's not been done by AI.
Yeah, I never use AI because, to be fair, writing's a way that I relax anyway. And I get what I call big brain moments now, right? So one of my big brain moments was when I wrote my framework back in January, and I'm working with David Best. I don't know if you've heard of David Best.
Yeah, I have heard. Yeah, LERO.
Yeah, he's incredible. He was like the first addiction professor. He's absolutely so influential in his field. He's amazing, and I'm lucky enough to have had his mentorship when it came to my framework. So yeah, I like to write anyway, and I get like these big brain moments, and it's something will just click. Like I've written about intrusive thoughts and how that links with ADHD. I've written about I can't even think now. So trans diagnostic assessment, I've written about the marshmallow test. Have you heard of that? I've written about regulation, burnout, and it always sort of happens where I think about something and then I sort of like join dots up and think, well, actually, is that related? And then I just start writing about it, and it's just a way that I relax, and then I post it on LinkedIn then or Substack.
Cool.
Amazing. Yes. Coping strategies around it, wasn't it? And finding ways to deal with things and to get the most out of it. Because there'll be points of we get a lot of people through with ADHD, obviously coming through a gambling addiction.
Well,
And there's lots of points.
the prevalence between ADHD and addiction is absolutely insane, because I wrote my framework because I actually worked for a recovery charity. And I thought, you know what, because of the prevalence, there's actually nothing here that's helping people with ADHD. What can we do to help people with ADHD? And that's where it all stemmed from. It's nuts. Like, I think you're looking at something like, if you're in a recovery community, I did my sums, and I think it works out about 40% of those people are likely to have ADHD compared to 6% of the general population. That's 40% of the workforce of the people that we're supporting who might not even know that they've got ADHD. We should be putting things in place to support them, because it's fucking shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I had very similar thoughts, and there's degrees of it, isn't there, as well? So I think when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, ADHD was very much sort of known about, but it was only the extremes, the more extreme, that were kind of got picked up by doctors, where it was just like completely unmanageable, just like a
You know
human
what, I've
ping
actually
pong
just,
ball.
David, I've actually just written a piece about growing up in the 80s with ADHD. You need to read it.
Oh God, send it to
Um,
me.
yeah, it's crazy because you were either considered as the hyperactive little boy in the playground. Girls
Yeah,
didn't even was really known as having ADHD.
yeah,
But there's
yeah,
three types of ADHD. You've got your inattentive, you've got your hyperactive, or you've got combined. Then you've got your levels of it. I'm actually severe combined.
yeah.
And I'm actually really heavily medicated. That's why I can be quite normal on calls. And I was told that they couldn't believe that it never actually been picked up on me before. How I got to the age of 41 and didn't even realise that I had ADHD. It's because girls can mask and the information wasn't around, and it's quite scary the amount of women who are actually misdiagnosed as well growing up.
Completely, yeah. I mean, it was very much. I remember it very much being only a boys thing, and only like the worst boys for some reason. So not only were you ADHD, you were like immediately bad if you had it,
Yeah.
because you were considered unmanageable. And yeah, it was very stigmatized and just
It is.
yeah.
There's been a
So
very interesting study as well. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head now. But he cited that the children who have ADHD get 20,000 more negative interactions by the time they hit sort of puberty than a neurotypical child. Can you imagine what that has on somebody's self-esteem and their confidence?
yeah,
What it does
yeah,
to them
yeah.
growing up? It's
Well,
it's
I,
it's awful.
I don't even have to imagine. I can I can I can just remember.
Yeah, me too. I've got the trauma.
Yeah, self-esteem's going to be hitting it, and all that. I think I remember speaking to someone who said they just constantly got told off when they were younger all the time, and they grew up basically going into adult life just feeling worthless, and so they
You
didn't know
do.
what to do. Yeah,
You get what's called RS. I don't know if you've heard of RSD.
obviously not. It rings a bell,
It's
but I don't know. Yeah, remind
it's called rejection sensitivity dysphoria.
me.
A lot of people are saying that it's got nothing to do with ADHD. I absolutely massively I dispute that. They say it's to do with childhood trauma. Kind of is. It's kind of linked, but you know, kids with ADHD get, as I just said, get a lot more negative reactions. And as you're getting older, for me, if I get something negative said towards me or it's said incorrectly, I get every single feeling that I've ever had over my entire life. Like every single interaction that you've had, you feel the guilt, you feel the shame, embarrassment, anger. And I actually keep it all in. If someone could see me, they wouldn't think that I was having like this internal anxiety attack. But I
It's like a
am.
wave. Yeah.
Yeah, but it lasts for ages. And then when it finishes, you're knackered. It's crazy.
It's you also there's a lot of learned helplessness, I think, with all those negative interactions. You get sometimes you get to a point in certain situations, sometimes work situations where you're just like, fuck it, it's never going to change. I can't change it. I'm just gonna just either do this or just
Yeah.
not do anything at all, right? And it's a very unhelpful mindset because it pushes you down. It's like the downtrodden kind of thing.
It is, but it's like for me, it's like an iceberg. So on the upper bit, that's visible. You look like you're composed. You look like you're coping and you can deal with it. But then underneath, it's massive, and you don't cope and you're burning out. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get changed within the workplace. Is we need the whole being to be okay and to manage, and we need to be able to look into it and see how we can help, how we can actually stop the burnout, how we can stop people from getting to such a bad state, which actually leading from previously can lead on to suicide because people get so overwhelmed. It's shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll shut up now because I'll talk forever.
Well, I'm just thinking on that. Like, should we take a break for till 10 past, just after 10 past? You want a break now? And then,
Sounds good. Right.
I've got to leave at
See you then.
11:30 as well. Sorry, guys.
yeah, no worries.
Paresh, how rude!
Well, unless someone's
The
going to pay the mortgage.
audacity!
The directorship's gone to his head now, isn't it? He can do what he wants.
I know, right? Anyway, Paresh, we need to get chatting soon anyway, so send me your email if that's okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you shortly.
Bye.
I'll just put it on the chat, the main chat. I don't really care. It's fine.
Have you got a UACT one?
No. Why don't
No.
what do you want to talk about?
Because I'm helping David do quite a bit of funding and stuff. And I'm getting him to I give him homework every week. So you had some ideas of what you want to do funding for. So I figured it would be an idea for us to get together and
Well, yeah. So give me a week or two because I've been talking to David about what he's trying to achieve exactly, right?
yeah.
He's got so much stuff, but I just don't understand what he's trying to achieve.
Okay.
And so I need to understand that, I think, better. He's got like recovery coaching for private clients potentially in this Harley Street thing. He's got coaching for the coaches, and then etc. And then potentially corporate coaching.
Yeah.
So where does it all fit in? What does he want to do, etc.? What's he trying to achieve? He's got so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does. He's a bit he's doing a lot at the moment. It's incredible. Honestly, I'm in awe of the bloke. He's absolutely amazing. But maybe if we do have a chat and see what we can come up with, if you've got any ideas, or because
Yeah.
I'll be writing some funding bids shortly. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Right. I
is
gotta
that
go.
cool?
I'll back in a minute anyway. Then I gotta go 11:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew?
How you doing, bud? Yeah, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, fella. Not too bad, mate.
What's the game on? What was it Tuesday? Tuesday evening, wasn't it?
Say that again?
This evening game Tuesday.
Yeah, watched the second half. I'm very underwhelmed about England at the moment, and weirdly, I don't actually want them to do well. Yeah, I've got mixed feelings on it. I've got, yeah. I'm just not that, but I like the England games are the ones I'm least bothered about, to be honest with
really?
you. Yeah, like like a random game, I'm more excited about a random game than I am the England game. I stayed up to watch a Scotland game yesterday. I was more invested in that, and the reasoning, I'll quickly kind of do my little rant. The reasoning behind it is, I suppose I've been watching other teams and how the fans behave. The reason why I don't want England to do well is mainly because of the fans, because of the people, because I don't know if you remember 1996 when we had the Euros in England, and then when we lost to Germany on penalties. Do you remember what happened afterwards? What everyone did?
Not specifically.
It was a
No.
random it was a random Wednesday night game.
Hmm.
Because obviously it was a semi-final. So we lost on penalties. Look, it happens. You lose. And what the England fans went and did was they went and smashed up any kind of urban establishment. So like BMW garages, Audis, I want to say. I didn't think Audi was German. But anyway.
I remember that.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just like, for fuck's sake, you've lost a football match. Like, you're now going to go and terrorise and just act like dickheads. And then I remembered what happened the 2021 final when we lost against Italy, when, you know, a number of the boys who took the penalties, the black boys who lost, the racial abuse they got. Also, I remember anybody in London that was of colour, whether he was Chinese, Asian, whatever, just got targeted just because we'd lost a football match again. And then I think because on the back of that, I just was like, no, you lot don't even, you know, I want England to do well because I'm in England. I would love England to do well. But I think because of the fan base and the way the fan base behave, they're not gracious in defeat and they're not gracious in winning. For that reason, I'm like, whatever. And I think I have an added thing of, you know, my son's now 14. You know, if his trajectory went the way he wanted it to go, potentially in 2 World Cups, he could be somebody, you know, if all the stars are aligned, he could be somebody's playing. He's a Sikh, he wears a bandana. So if he was then to miss a penalty, would he be the subject of a bunch of racial abuse as well? So for that reason, I'd much rather somebody like Japan win the World Cup. You know, and win, lose, or draw, they're going to be gracious in defeat. They're going to be humble in victory as well. They're a good fan base, and they're going to, you know. So yeah, I'd much rather a Japan win the World Cup than England.
Why is it that Scottish fans are so loved and English fans are so hated? I mean, it's just.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one because, like, my wife's from Scotland, from Glasgow, and we were there for the last few days because her uncle passed away. So we had a funeral on Tuesday, and I was like, I don't mind staying in Scotland for the week, and like I'll go out and watch the Scotland game. Like I'd go and mix it with the And the other thing is, David, in previous World Cups, like it was in the 2006 one when England played Portugal, when Rooney got sent off, when Ronaldo kind of got him sent off, and we were out watching the game in a nice part of Birmingham, you would say. And I just remember when we got knocked out, when we missed the penalty, the whole mood in the whole, it was like a hotel place. The whole mood in the whole hotel just, I can't describe it. It just went so sinister. And all of a sudden, I became extremely self aware that I was a person of color as well as my cousin and my brother and a couple of my mates. And like my instant mind was like, we need to get the fuck out of here because again, you know, you've got a typical England fan who's been drinking all day. His team's now got knocked out. Who's he going to take it out on? He's going to target me. And I don't think that's changed a lot. I think if we're winning, then everyone's friends. But as they demonstrated only 3 years ago or 4 years ago when we lost to Italy, if we lose, then all of a sudden everyone's a target.
Yeah, it's easy to be nice when you're winning, but you show your true colours when things go against you, don't you? Yeah.
This is it. This is it. And I mean, I don't think we've got a winning World Cup squad anyway. And I'm a bit torn because I would like to support my team, but I think for the reasons I've said, I'm not really supporting England.
Yeah, no, I get it's like blaming people for projecting differences, right? And
Yeah.
it's it's something in recovery that because you do a lot of self-reflection. I think people who are in recovery generally, it would be interesting to know if scientifically that was the case, are probably better at that kind of thing rather than blaming others all the time.
Yeah, I think people in recovery, David, typically are going to just have more compassion, more empathy. If something goes wrong, they're not going to be the ones first to just point the fingers and judge. They're probably going to look at it a bit deeper and go, shit, what the hell's going on with so and so for them to behave in that kind of way? Like, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's it. If you behave that way, generally, it's a reason underlying in yourself, isn't it? And then when you're in recovery, there's an instinct to go, right, I'm feeling this way, I need to deal with it in a better way. Whereas the people that maybe aren't in recovery or haven't gone through that process, react in anger, they react
Yeah, this is it. And yeah, no, I agree. I think that's it, really. I think it's that deeper level of understanding and knowing that actually there might be other things happening behind the scenes that are contributing to this person behaving like this.
Yeah, definitely. Paresh, did you get your question answered earlier that you asked? I just wondering, went back to the.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's probably something you can talk about all day, right? But like, just wanted to get a understanding of where everyone was at on it. That's all.
What's the? Is it because you're looking to set something up yourself?
Well, that was what my intent was initially. But yeah, I mean, it's going slower than I thought because of everything else that goes on. Yeah, just conscious. I don't have. I'm probably the only one that's not in the industry. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
it does take time, Paresh, and just from my personal experience, the only bit of support I'd probably be able to give you is if you've got a full-time job and you're trying to build up a client base as well and get yourself out there, then I think the only way to kind of do it, and it will still take time, is you do need to take advantage of all the kind of automated tools or AI tools that are out there. Because if somebody like you, what I was saying to Ruth earlier, if you are tech savvy enough where you got your head around it, and then you fed your strategy into utilizing these AI tools. So, for example, that one that I mentioned earlier, on Sunday, you write all your social media posts. You set them all up to go out on a on a Monday, on a Wednesday, on a Friday. You can even, if you're really savvy, you can even get it to kind of do the responses as well, where you're acknowledging the responses. So all of that heavy lifting of admin is going to be taken away from you whilst you're still kind of building that momentum and trying to build that marketing engine for you. And then I suppose the way people set up the system is you do the post, you do the reply. If somebody wants to then have that initial consultation with you, you can even set up like your Calendly calendar where they could directly book into the times that you're available for that week. So essentially what your week could look like is you're doing your normal day-to-day job, you're doing all your family stuff as well, and you're then getting these notifications, whether it's 1, 2 or 5 calendar invites into your calendar, and then you're going to be taking on the call. And then should that call go well and the person wants to come on board as a client of yours, then you just start fitting them in around your schedule, whether it's evenings, whether it's during the day or weekends. So that's the way that, because otherwise it's too much. If you're trying to do everything manually, you're not gonna get build any momentum, I don't believe.
Especially and it depends on the full-time job you've got as well, right? Because my when I had my full-time, when I was a director of management consulting, I mean, I was 20 hours a day working, right, and 4 hours a day sleeping. There was no time to do anything else. I tried to do a master's around it, and it was impossible. So I think
similar boat. I have a full-on job, so and that makes, and at the end of the day, that takes priority, right? Otherwise,
of course.
Otherwise, the mortgage won't get paid, and all this other crap that we've signed up for, right? So,
But AI is the way. I mean, my last role before I crashed and burned completely was for Deloitte in the Office of Generative AI, and which I
All
kind of
right.
headed up as
Okay.
program manager. And that, yeah, the AI's way for small businesses and especially for sole traders, that is definitely the way to go to do the heavy lifting. Of course, you want to, it's balanced with a kind of an ethical and all sorts of other things where like those auto replies, you kind of want authenticity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
The problem is,
Yeah.
David, the people who are getting, and this is where I struggled because I was trying to come from like a place of authenticity and being genuine. However, that wasn't working. The people that were following the systems and following systems in the way that they were being taught, where it was a bit disingenuous, they're the ones who were getting paying clients because it's a system, basically.
Well,
That's it.
yeah. Social media is almost just like the modern day pyramid scheme, right? It's a bit whole set of escalators and fake accounts that then add you and add their 500,000 followers, and eventually you get some reality out of it. But also in this, I don't know if any of you going to the Drink and Drug News conference on July 9th, getting some actual FaceTime at conferences like that to put about your kind of wares and your unique selling point, if you like, with the coaching experience that you provide. I think that's really useful as well. It's getting known in those circles.
I think if people spot the AI side of things, and they spot if it's something that someone's just churning out. Whereas I think what Ruth said earlier, when she writes her own post and does that, people are more likely to relate to that and actually click to say, look, that I'm going to go to that person for help, rather than an AI generated thing. It's balanced, like you say, of it all. Yeah.
I was watching a Sky News article earlier, which is not something I regularly do, but it was on looks maxing and how that's taken over kind of like the boys and like lads culture, and it's just kind of crazy the stuff that's happening now in that kind of space. And you just think it's all gone a bit far, I think, to be honest.
Yeah. It gets taken too far eventually, but yeah, it's just trying to stick to what you know you're good at and focus on your strengths, work on your weaknesses.
What the annoying thing is, David, sorry, Andrew, what the annoying thing is, David, is that there's people out there, because they're better at technology, understanding these systems and leaning into those and getting those set up. But when I was looking at them as like a person, I was like, you're not even going to be that much of a good coach in whatever space you're in. Like you're going to be like you're going to be eating and living off the back of the fact that you're really tech savvy and you're really good at setting up these newsletters and these instant feeds but as a coach, you're probably not going to be that good. So I found that bit quite annoying and frustrating.
Yeah, because there's that element of looking for shortcuts, I guess, isn't there? And as coaching, you can't look for shortcuts. It's all about trying to
I
take the
just
next
didn't
step at the
find it
right
very
pace as well.
genuine, Andrew. There was one kid on there. There was one kid on there. Literally, he was a kid. He was so young. He was like 21, 22, 23, something like that. And he was putting these posts out there. And I was seeing straight through the kind of bullshit, but because his posts were really good and engaging and stuff like that, he was obviously like being successful as a coach in whatever capacity he was coaching in. But I was looking at him, I was like, you're 21, like, how are you even like giving this level of life advice and saying that you've done this so much, you've achieved this in your life? But he was good at the tech and he was good at the system. So,
do you guys agree that, because I would love, this is kind of old school thinking and it's opposite to all this automation and AI stuff, is wanting to provide more of a what do you call it? More of a, you can call when you need sort of service, right? When you're in recovery, we've all been we are all in recovery, right? And that traditional sponsorship model you have in AA, it's a bit like that, but a different spin to it. What do you guys think of that? So as you know, when you're in recovery, especially in the early days, you can't wait till your session on Wednesday at 3 p.m., right? You need to someone now, right? I want to talk to
You mean
someone now.
like talk to Frank?
Yeah, caught to a Paresh.
To be honest,
I've just had a huge argument with my wife. I'm like fucking spinning out. I'm gonna go to the off license. I don't know. Like,
there's boundaries, I guess, around that side of things. But what do you think, David?
I was just going to say AI chatbots for recovery therapy. I mean, there's a you can look up a company called Open Recovery, and they have got open sourced kind of therapy bots, and you can choose even the methodologies, so 12-step, SMART, blah 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 blah. I think they've got 5 different things, but for my specific thing, there's actually my lived experience at chemsex, which is highly stigmatized, and I'm suffering from all of that at the moment, unfortunately. But there's just been this new bot brought out that's based on the open source version of Gemma, and it's kind of brilliant. I've been interacting with it, and I was like, wow, this is actually like scarily good. Because it's had lots of information pumped into it about something which most people know nothing about, right? So yeah, it's there's a lot to be said for those kind of things, especially when you're alone, when you're isolating, especially in the anonymous space, when you're afraid to talk about it, and when there's lots of stigma. It shouldn't be a full replacement for it at all. I don't think that, but it certainly is in terms of the on-demand bit, Paresh. Kind of, can't wait till the meeting. It's actually surprisingly more helpful than I thought, and I know a lot of people.
That's amazing.
I mean, I'm 45, but I know a lot of people the generations beneath me that are actually using that rather than going to traditional services. In fact, it's one of the big problems that traditional services face at the moment. Is kind of like outside of the chronic problems like crack and heroin use, is they getting very limited engagement with the younger generations.
Well, do you know what? I think that whole anonymity, I can never say that word, anonymity, and you know what I mean. Talking to a computer is more easier, I suppose, for younger generation, right? They don't want to speak to people.
Yeah. And
that's because of all this bloody scrolling and screens. And then, you know what? My opinion, the culture here is very reserved anyway, right?
Yes.
Well, it's true, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Is that what Talk to Frank was then? Is Talk to Frank that? Is that an automated system?
Talk to Frank was the original.
Yeah.
The NTA, when the NTA came out in 2001, which is the National Treatment Agency, they created the one platform for everyone to go to for information. It was called Talk to Frank.
Wow.
And it was very generic, and it is very generic. So it sort of was a catch-all, and it's part of. I've got a little bit of a problem, because how recovery treats everybody as one size fits all, and I don't. Recovery is the most diverse group of people I think I've ever encountered, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So talk, but it was a good first try, right? Because prior to that, it was the sites like Erowid were where people went to get experience of what they should do, and if anyone remembers Erowid.
Do you know of many people? Have you heard of anyone that does coaching for clients, obviously for people in addiction or needing help, that provide a managed service where they can actually call you?
An on-demand thing?
Yeah.
I don't know of
let's say I'm
anything like that.
coaching you at the moment. Let's say I'm coaching you, and your next appointment is on Monday. You can call me anytime.
So I don't know anyone like that, but I do know a guy who set up a technology platform.
Yeah, no platforms. Old school.
Talk
to me. Call my number. Old school.
I mean, look, it's something that you could put it. I know the one thing that coaches, what they do is, if let's say that I bring you on as a client, what they'll do is they'll add you into what they call the community. So however many people I'm coaching at that time, they'll add you to, like, I think was it a Telegram? I want to say Telegram.
Like an accountability group.
Yeah, they'll just put you into like a Telegram group. So if on one day, Paresh, you wake up and you're having some sort of crisis, you don't necessarily need to contact your coach. You could put it in the group, and I'll be in the group as well, like as your coach. But there's a bunch of other people in there as well. And again, they kind of that's part of the system, is to build the community as well.
Yeah.
But as a coach, yeah, to be called 24/7, to be on standby 24/7, it's just not, boundary wise, it's not possible when you got
But it
live
is something that you could. It is something you could build into your service. That you know, like let's say whatever your offering was, and you're saying I'm charging, £100 a session or whatever. You could say, well, actually, there's this service as well where I'll respond to you within 24 hours if you just need me. But then that's a bit more because it's going to be on, you can build it in. You can build whatever your training package and whatever your hourly rate is, or if it's a 2-month program, 3 months.
Just because I like, and I've had therapists before or people I've been, got sessions with, and then I wanted to email them and they just wouldn't, it wasn't very helpful.
Yeah, it's definitely something you could add in.
I want you to care about me, right?
Well, exactly. And you can put it,
you care about me, I will pay you.
Well, there's a couple of things you could do.
Right?
You could build it into your service, and then let's say you had a client and you offer him that service.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's now utilizing it, and it's given, and there's benefits that have come from it. Then essentially, as a kind of coach, you could use that and make that into a case study to show other, similar to what I was saying to Ruth, to show other people.
Or maybe
that, look,
or maybe it's
Paresh really helped me. He was there for me. His 24-hour service kind of like saved me from crisis 2 or 3 times. Somebody else reading that is going to be like, shit, there's a guy there who genuinely gives a shit.
Is willing 3 months or first 6 months, and until you're, up and running. Yeah. I don't know.
And even after that, Paresh, you could even like a coach could potentially say, look, our 3-month times come to an end, but I can still offer you some sort of tech service or something afterwards to kind of make sure that he stays, accountable to you, and he can check in with you from time to time. 100%. You can build it however you want. You can build it however you want.
Guys, I've got to go. I'm late already.
Sorry. No worries, buddy.
How you taking up, Paresh? Good done.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
All good.
Yeah, all good. All good. Have a great day, guys. Stay cool, and no sympathy for Marlon because he's in Thailand. So forget you, mate.
He's laughing at us. He's like, what are these lot about? I'll deal with this every day.
Yeah. All right. Catch you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Take care, Fresh. Bye.
Marlon, you're awake. You mentioned at the start that you coaching wise, you're becoming a coach or whatever. What was you said at the start? Do you mind elaborating a bit more on what you said at the start around your journey so far?
Yeah, no. So I've previously I came into recovery 7 years ago, and after the first year of being in recovery, of volunteering, I went into a paid role as a case manager, and then I was a sober companion for 2 private companies dealing with HNWIs, and I'd obviously in that I'd help integrate a client back into real living. I'd also help transport people that were going into different treatment centres around Europe, sometimes to the other side of the world, and then obviously after a major relapse, I ended up back in rehab. Of just coming up to a year actually, and I started volunteering. Went back down, to the start of volunteering, and then I actually fell into an intervention piece of work where I had to someone in crisis, and he had a really bad accident on meth, and I lived with him and transported him back to London to his family. So in that time, I built my esteem back up and my confidence, and I've come back and I've handed my role in as a volunteer, and now I'm going to be going as a sober coach remotely online, as well as connecting with a lot of the treatment centres out of this side of in Asia.
Amazing, mate.
So I'm just going to build my brand now and build my business. So it was interesting what everyone was talking about. I mean, for me, obviously, I'm going to be really. I've got an old account with a fair few followers on where I'd just be sharing my journey, but really not speaking about anything, just sharing my journey of where I was then, and I was actually speaking to AI about it today, actually, like whether I was going to reopen my old Instagram or start from fresh. And it was like, it was I had to see to be able to believe what I'm doing, and it's like, it's the perfect opportunity for me to bounce back and express where I've been for a year,
Yeah,
and share
definitely.
where I'm at, and it's going to be for me. I believe it's going to be better than ever because of, like, you're speaking about the younger generation, um and in a lot of, from what I see with the younger generation, it's like, it's a lifestyle as well, and I'm living in. I think it's really on my side, the fact that I'm living on Koh Phangan, which is, a notorious party island. And there's a lot of wellness stuff here to be involved in, which I'm involved in. So in the sense of content, I've got the content at my feet to be able to produce content. It's just obviously topic wise what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm just going to be, I myself is my business, and I'm going to market myself, and and hope for the best. But in running aside of that, it's like I've got a relationship with a fair few independent one-to-one rehabs where I can potentially go in and live in and offer 24-hour support, which I was previously doing. So that's where I'm at.
Fantastic. And I think you mentioned that journey that you had, that first bit is so important in where you are now, isn't it? That point you recognise that you relapsed, went back in again.
Yeah.
And that's a massive part of your journey, to say, look, that's going to happen. It's not to get complacent, not to look at the steps you can make. You're a lot stronger now than where you were before. And lapses and relapses happen, and people have got to understand that if they happen, there's still a way back, and you come back stronger. So what made you end up in Thailand? Was that through
I came to rehab. I came to rehab in
rehab in
Thailand.
Thailand. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, a year ago, nearly 2 weeks. 2 weeks will be a year.
How much does it cost, Marlon, for rehab in Thailand? But is it similar or cheaper than here? But obviously, it's like you've got to...
Paid about 25 grand for 3 months.
Wow. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah.
But you're talking to get into a private rehab in the UK. There's all different packages and different rooms and suites and all that sort of jazz. You're talking to go in a shared accommodation in a private treatment centre in the UK, about 11 grand.
Yeah, the cheapest one I've seen is about 11, yeah, something like
that. Per month. So,
which is,
I feel like, it was, obviously it's a large amount of money, but it was what I believe I needed. I have got clean in a 12-step room before as well, because I've had multiple years of sobriety a couple of times, but this time I needed to be taken out of my environment,
I get that.
To myself and others.
Yeah. It's helpful to have that complete change of everything.
Yeah, definitely.
And in regards to your coaching now, so are you looking to do coaching for people that have gone through the rehab and coming out the other side of rehab? What point?
Yeah. So both. So just people, people who are in early recovery, really, and people who are wanting to come into recovery to see what it's about. That are struggling with, predominantly addiction. That's what I'm focusing on. That's what all my experience is in addiction. And chemsex is what David talks about. That was a big part of my life. So yeah, and criminality. So there's a few things.
Yeah, it's putting all that to good use.
Those two things usually don't go together. It's always usually the crack and heroin lifestyle that goes with the criminality. I was on a course and they were like showing the statistics for it, but yeah, it's certainly, when you've got all those kind of complex needs, complex issues, it's really very, very challenging. So well done.
Yeah, amazing. And then how do we go about, like, when you said about setting up, and you said you're marketing yourself and stuff, is there a way to sort of follow you? How do you market yourself in regards to
So I'll just be, so day-to-day living, my routine, my structure, share my journey of how I got clean, and where I'm taking off from on my old account was I'm just taking off from where I left on there, to be honest, but just sharing about my fall and jumping back up, and and being a year clean again. Really, that's all I'm focusing on for now, and just generate some more following. But healthy living, the way I live out here, because Muay Thai, paddle. There's a lot of things that I do out here. A lot of holistic stuff, breath work, meditation. I'm doing quite a few events in the sense of like big running events. I'm doing the Bangkok Marathon in November, the KPG Ultra. So just really just sharing my challenge, just sharing my journey really for now, and then obviously choosing some topics that I'd like to talk about and to create some awareness. So like what Bally was saying, it's just now I'm officially, I've got all the time in the world. It's just I've got all the time in the world. So it's consistently, especially from previous experiences, just pushing stuff out there every day, and and not being bothered about what people think. Everyone that's on my page anyway, really, the majority have supported my journey anyway. So
Yeah.
it's
What platform's that on, Marlon? Which one is it?
that's
Instagram you're on?
Instagram, yeah,
I'm
Instagram.
not. I did open an Instagram account when I was doing all the coaching stuff, but I've never used it, to be honest with you. I've never done anything with it, or I don't even think I've got any followers or following it. Are you doing anything on TikTok?
I did have TikTok, yeah. I can reinstate TikTok as well. I've got LinkedIn. I've had a LinkedIn account ever since I came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just target all platforms really.
Yeah, I think so. And
and
I think, and then I suppose finding the one that's working for you and the one that's driving the most. But essentially, these days, when you're pushing the sort of content out there, once you've made one post for one platform, it's easy then just to copy it and push it onto the. So you may as well just keep pushing it on all fronts.
Yeah.
To
I
be
mean,
honest.
given you're on the party line, do you go around the kind of various parties and advertise? Because I can imagine that's a way in to engage with audiences that would otherwise you wouldn't be able to get to.
But believe it or not, actually, some of the interactions I have actually had with people on the island, I have actually signposted people to the rehab that I went to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, because you forever. It's not like the UK. Everyone's very, very open, honest here, and very talkative. So yeah, there's a very transient island, so it's busy with people coming and going, and it's got a nice expat community as well. So it's not like I'm stuck for people to interact with, because it's changing all the time.
Yeah.
So the more I think about it, I'm quite blessed to be able to be here, to be able to do what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've heard about the full moon party.
I've not been yet.
Back in the day, it was something about the number of bodies they found on the beach, or something.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, it's drugs galore on this island. There's crack, meth, heroin, anything you want, mate, and it's lawless. If you get banged up, you pay your way out. You're all right. If you ain't got no money, you're gone.
And in the recovery, obviously coming out of rehab and bits going into that, did you find that difficult at all, or was you just...
No, not really, if I'm honest. No, because I was really integrated into the community of recovery, and it's at the total complete opposite side of the island, so it was really unnecessary for me to go out there. The idea of partying for me isn't how I've ever. I used to party years ago, but the way I do it is solely a party for one. So
yeah,
it was nothing about that activates me in any sort of way.
And just quickly going back to your Instagram bits, did you originally do that for you, or did you do it to market for the purpose of wanting to work in the area?
Just basically just sharing my journey.
Yeah.
Just sharing my journey to friends and loved ones and associates that knew me. Yeah.
And do you find it helps you doing that? Is it like a form of journaling?
Well, it became very obsessive before, prior to that, yeah. But I did, yeah. I suppose I did enjoy doing it, yeah, at times. But it just got quite a bit too much.
Yeah, no, I get that. So I used to journal bits when I was early recovery, and I found like I was journaling too much and just spending half my time writing stuff down rather than actually doing it a lot of the time, and it became a bit too, like I say, maybe a bit obsessive the other way. But it's finding that balance of it again, isn't it? Yeah. Amazing. Good stuff. Has anyone got anything else you want to bring for the last 10 minutes or so?
No, I probably need to check out because I've got a group coaching session at 12, and then I need to take a comfort break as well before that. So,
We'll do check out soon, too. How long's your comfort break, Barry? That's the question. Yeah.
probably going to be
Wants
about.
a sandwich. That's what he
No,
wants.
I'm not going to go into detail, but I've had the sandwich, Ruth. It's the other bits I'm
No.
going to do before I jump on at 12.
Do you want to check out then, Barry?
Yeah, I'll check out. It's good. I really enjoyed this session today, guys. It's been really good. It's kind of learning more about David, what you're doing, hearing your journey as well, Marlon, and yours as well, Ruth. So I really appreciate you guys kind of giving those kind of bits of information to us. And well, good luck to all of you. And, look, I know it's tough. Nothing's easy. It's tough setting up a kind of kick or setting up by yourself. So I just wish you guys the best of luck. But no, all good from my side, and I'm checking out, and I'll pass on to Marlon.
Yeah, thanks, Bally. Have a nice afternoon. Yeah, I'm checking out, motivated really. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm just finding that I'm glad that I've reconnected to go to this online platform because it's really helpful. I've had like 6 weeks off due to traveling back to the UK and wherever else. So yeah, it's nice to be back here and nice to listen to everyone's stories and shares. So I'll pass to Andrew.
Yeah, cheers, Marlon. Yeah, I'm checking out as still hot. Grateful I got the noise of the gardener outside as well, outside our place. So yeah, but I've got the afternoon off now because David's just called off the training. So I could probably chill this afternoon, but I might join in on that group in a bit, Valley, actually. So yeah, all good. And thanks everyone for making this easy for me because I've not done this bit before. So yeah, and I'll tag on Booth.
Thanks, Andrew. You did fab, though.
Yeah.
You might not have done it before. You did really well.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm checking out good. Quite chilled actually. But yeah, I really enjoyed today. It's been really diverse. It's been like loads of different information, and I've just enjoyed hearing about everybody's story. It's always fascinates me, but sending me down more rabbit holes. So now I'm looking at addiction and ADHD in Thailand. Thank you, Marlon. So I'm going to look forward to that one. I will pass to David.
Hey, well, do you know what? This has really improved my mood. Sorry, my video isn't working properly today. I've got an underpowered Chromebook, and if you have more than like 3 things open, it just refuses to do one of those things. So, but yeah, I'm going through something a bit difficult at the moment. So this has just been so helpful, just to not only just to distract me, but also feed my brain. And it's so great to hear all your stories and just like how you're developing as coaches as well. It just kind of takes me back into what I originally, was interested in from my degree. But then obviously, my career kind of got in the way and went all around the world. But I'm actually happier in some respects now than I think I've ever have been, because I'm focused on things that make me feel better, and helping people and making a change in the system, which so this has been great. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. That's really good to hear. Cheers, David.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Right, good everyone. Try and stay cool and
have a good week.
Andrew, are you not checking out?
I've checked out. Yeah, I've checked out. I'm checking out as well, yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm just trying to. I've got a massive load of noise outside my house at the moment. That's probably why I'm shouting right now.
Like Ruth said as well, thank you, because I can imagine it being very difficult. I'm fearful around when I have to do it.
Yeah, I'm just glad everyone chipped in and started talking. So yeah, thank you all.
No, he's awesome. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, you did very well. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.